What is your why for starting a brewery?
I like to drink.
Perfect reason. 'Cause you got that, right? Says, I'm going to start a brewery.
Yeah, right.
I'm joking.
Wonder.
88 Brewing, obviously.
Thank you for coming to another episode of Living a Creative Life in Calgary. Today I'm at 88 Brewing Company and I'm going to learn about beer. I don't really know about beer. I know that people think I'm a drinker, but it's not a beer. And so I'm going to learn what it takes to bring beer and a brewery into a community, how they impact us with their creativity, and the process of making a drink, and which drink is going to be my favorite. Welcome to another episode of Living a Creative Life.
Okay, so like how detailed and how nerdy do you guys want to get?
How much time you got?
Well, sorry, Brian, out here. And so we're actually the closest brewery geographically to Alberta's largest malting facility.
Fresh.
So they load up a truck there, and then it comes over here and fills up our silo. And so this is a 30-ton malt silo filled with our base malt, which is Pilsner base malt. So the farmers grow the barley, the maltster buys it, they malt it, prepare it for brewing, they ship it to us, and then we use it in all of our beer.
Pilsner is so close to my heart.
Yeah, right? So we use Pilsner as a base malt for pretty much all of our beers. It's light, not a lot of flavor to it, bready enough, and then we use specialty malt to kind of build up from there. So, yeah.
My name is Jordan Saracini, and I'm one of the co-founders and director of sales here at 88 Brewing Company. My favorite beer currently is Wave Pool Tropical IPA.
88 Brewery began. What was the brewery scene like in Calgary?
The beer scene was a different scene back in 2018 when we launched the brewery. It wasn't until 2014 that the restrictions had been kind of relaxed in this city that kind of allowed and kind of paved the way for new, smaller breweries to come in and play. So we, as home brewers, saw an opportunity there to, begin to hone our craft and come up with a business plan in kind of early 2015. We incorporated in 2017, and bingo, we opened this place in 2018.
Cheers. Who are the founders at 88?
So there are four of us that were kind of like the homebrew club that we do together. We were all friends outside of our respective jobs, and we would just kind of meet up on the weekends at a friend's garage and just start homebrewing.
Hi, my name's Adam Buck. I'm the community manager and sales lead for Northern Alberta. I've been working at 88 for over 6 years, and my favorite beer is Wave Pool Tropical IPA.
Where do you see the brand 88 in 5 years?
It's a great question. The dynamics of craft beer industry has really evolved and changed over the last 10 plus years. And we're kind of going into an interesting time right now where I see us really growing and stabilizing as a nice Western Canadian kind of brand where, we're known across the country, but we're only available in select locations, and really working towards just being well known for our craft and our quality and consistency and all those kinds of things. Where I dream of in the next 5 years of 88 kind of going is being able to activate on larger scales with our established partners. So Sled Island, Calgary Underground Film Festival, doing larger block party size events in our own alleyway or throughout the city. Really working to expand our network of professional athletes and working more in sport. I think that's just so cool because we work with really passionate folks that are just pursuing their dreams. And if we could help them achieve that or, pick them a few dollars, help get them visibility, those are things that I get really excited about. And when I get out of bed in the morning, I think about, how can we work with that network that we have and grow it to make sure the activations are bigger. We're representing more people, we're getting more people, more exposure through our brand. that's really where I'd love to see us like growing and escalating for the next couple of years.
I'm Donovan Fast. I'm production manager here. I've been here for 7 years now, pretty much since day one, original staff member. I basically run all production here at 88, including recipe development and everything that goes on back here. And my favorite beer is Wave Pool. But that's kind of like the brewer's office. So just kind of like, you know, brew sheets are all digital. That's where they're going to weigh out their hops, their salts for the water profile. We have our own little lab. So we do all of our lab work in-house. So we're testing for wild yeast, infectious bacteria, anaerobic bacteria, aerobic, just making sure that everything we're giving to the customer is clean and accounted for. Make sure our cans aren't going to explode or they're not going to go sour. And so again, like the bacteria in beer won't hurt you. We just want to make sure the customer is getting the best products.
I think before regulations changed, you had to be a much bigger concept. You had to come out of the gate with a lot more backing financially, a lot grander of a vision, and just show up a lot more established. When things kind of changed in 2014, I think it paved the way for more creativity, more experimentation, smaller nano type breweries, and just a lot more community collaboration. You know, the brewing game is very community focused, and it's a lot less cutthroat than a lot of other types of industries. So we all kind of work together and riff off each other and kind of grow with each other, which I think is a super fun element of beer in general, craft beer in general.
What do you love about working at 88?
I think like it's a really good mix of creativity and business. It's important that we all kind of like are allowed to express ourselves and really be passionate about the projects that we work on and that we select. And then we bring that back and like really filter it kind of through a business lens to make sure that like the full scope of everything makes sense from a pragmatic standpoint. And we're not just like the creative people off running wild. But that's what I really like about here. Everyone's really heard and seen, and we're all able to kind of pitch ideas and concepts that we want to make for like a beer style or a beer name or a partnership or collaboration. And it makes things really innovative and accessible for everybody, and just super fun to be a part of.
I'm Kevin Mitchell. I'm the marketing manager here at 88 Brewing. The name 88 comes from the year that Calgary hosted the Olympics. And it's more than just like, oh, this is going to be named after the Olympics. It's more an homage to sort of how the city of Calgary came together to create this like new sense of identity, this new sense of community. And so that's what we wanted to honor. As obviously the Olympics is a huge part of it too, but it's more about everything that changed in Calgary that year. You know, we're really fortunate that we get to have like all these like fun 80s references, all this like fun bright visuals. So it, you know, lent itself very well to our brand identity. While at the same time, I mean, Calgary sort of has, and I don't think this is like exactly fair, but it has a reputation as like a, you know, country town and a town full of cowboys and stuff. And we wanted to show that, you know, Calgary is so much more than just the mountains, which are beautiful, and just the Stampede, which is a lot of fun. But like Calgary has this whole other identity that's not just mountains and cowboys.
That being said, how do you keep the brand like current and fresh?
A lot of what we do, especially, you know, our social media is our biggest marketing platform. And so a lot of what we do on there is just try to take the personality of, you know, this fun 80s brand, but in order to keep it current, we're not like forcing it to have only an 80s aesthetic. And a lot of fun working with our design team to create the labels and everything. And the core lineup is right across the top here. So we've got the ribbon labels, and they're like super bright, super distinct, conveys sort of that like sporty, you know, ribbons that you win, finish line aesthetic. They're all very unique colors, so they like really pop, and you can tell them apart, but you can also tell that they're like distinctly part of one brand. Then underneath, I mean, you guys might recognize that one. It's a collaboration with the with Foreigners, Premium Fantasy. Looks amazing and tastes as good as it looks.
This is my favorite.
Yeah.
That's why I came here and decided it's my favorite.
I call it my phases. Currently, I am in my Testarossa phase. So that's the beer that we did for Scazafavas, and I love that beer so much. It's basically all that I drink. Can't tell from this, but it's all that I drink.
Like a Saskatchewan Pilsner girl to a night gallery, hazy. Now I'm drinking Hammer Pants. And I'm gonna marry the guy that beat it.
A physical brew day of, let's say, malt or cracking open the grain, steeping it, transferring it, boiling it, and putting it into the tank. Let's say 5 hours. So that's one turn. We average 2 to 3 turns a day. Right, so we have 2 kettles, so they can go 2 at the same time, and we'll have 3 brewers working 3 different shifts, each brewing a batch of beer. And then we'll.
So when it comes right out of the fermenter, I don't know nothing. Can you drink it straight out of there?
It's good. It's not. It's gonna taste like sweet, sticky liquid because that's the word. So it takes about 2 to 3 weeks after that for the yeast to ferment it. Right. So about a week for fermentation, maturation, conditioning, carbonating, and then we can package it. So from brew day to package, we're looking at about 21 days on average.
What is your favorite part of this whole process?
I think the creativity. So I'm responsible for nearly all of the beers made here at 88. Not all of them. I can't take credit for all. We have an amazing team. A lot of these guys went to brew school or they're engineers or a lot of creative minds here. But just as part of my job is recipe development and creation. And I do my best to kind of pass it off to the brewers as that's what excites them as well. It's just, we're busy, we move quick, and I'll just like bang them out. And then in the middle of summer, it's kind of, things move really quick. So, but yeah, I just love being creative and the challenge of like, hey, we need, someone wants like a spruce tip IPA. So you're gonna make like an IPA and then we actually like send people to Banff and forage for spruce tips and put them in the kettle, or like a blue raspberry sour. Like, not really my favorite thing to drink, but it's a challenge. Like, how am I gonna make a sour that tastes good, looks blue?
I loved it. I like this one. How much beer does this make?
Ooh.
Does this last a week?
Yeah, it lasts about a month of beer. So that's 30 tons and we use half a ton per brew. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give or take 60 batches. So
Good
2
math.
brews a day in a month.
Good.
Yeah.
Good math.
So you have normal barley. So that's
Okay.
malted Pilsner. It's nice and light. You can eat it if you want. It's just like cereal grain. Yeah. So just
I'll
crunchy cereal grain.
taste.
Yeah, you can eat some of this too. This is going to be a lot more.
Smells.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more bitter, like a roasted coffee bean. And so when you're brewing different beers, so if you're brewing a Pilsner, use 100% Pilsner malt. If you're brewing a stout or a dark lager or something like that, you'll use one of these malts. And so you use Pilsner as a base malt, and then you'll color it with darker malts. So there's crystal malt, caramel malt, chocolate malt, black malt, and all different kind of colors. You can also use oats, you can use wheat. It gives you different mouthfeel, different haze levels. As long as you keep it healthy, aseptic, sanitary, and you keep that yeast clean, you can pull it out of the bottom. We harvest it into brinks, which basically looks like a big keg. I don't have any around here.
Okay.
But it's basically a big keg. We can harvest yeast into it and put it in the cold room and store it for 1 to 2 weeks and then reuse it when we need it. So, and we actively have 3 different yeast strains in this building, one for our hazy, one for our clear beers, and one for our lagers.
I said it tastes hoppy, and I had no idea what that meant.
Yeah, so hoppy could be like resinous, pine. We use the word dank, like a bag of weed, and you open a fresh bag of weed and you get that diesel and flour and like.
I feel like it's almost like a version of umami.
A little
Like
bit,
it's-
yeah. So umami is another flavor aspect of beer. So when you're doing sensory analysis on beer, you can be like, oh, it's salty, it's umami, it's bitter, it's floral, it's herbal, it's earthy.
Am I turning into a beer nerd?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
By the
Okay.
end of this tour, you will be.
Okay.
So.
All right. So what's that? If I started with this, I would have never needed to put Coke. It is like a tropical drink. I might like a stout. If I ever did beer-ish, it would be a stout. I like this one. The sour gummy bear. But it doesn't have that, like there's not that real sweet thing that's in it. I feel like I would drink this like juice.
I would consider Calgary to be a world-class beer city. I'd consider it to be somewhere that people should consider traveling to if they fancy themselves beer drinkers. We've got great, landscapes, scenery, great people, a great community, but great beer. And I think over the last kind of 10 years or so, we've seen that really explode and grow in this city. And I think it's one of the things that I'm most proud of.
We have a pretty busy calendar week to week. We operate we have a run club every Tuesday night that we do in partnership with YYC Run. And that started out as just a couple of the owners were big runners, and they wanted to sort of find a way that we could work together with like the community that wants to be active, but also wants to build a community hub out of our brewery. And so each week we meet at 6 and go for a run around 6:30 around the neighborhood of Ramsey. And when the weather is really banging, we get like upwards of 200 people. And when it's minus 40, we get about 60 people. We're pretty die hard.
Yeah, we were actually going to close down the run club for the winter. And at this around the same time, YYC Run Crew was looking for a new place to run their Tuesday nights. And so it was literally the week after we had our like farewell to the season run. The next week we started running every Tuesday, and in the almost 4 years that we've been running with them, it's grown from 20, 30, 40 people to now we have 200 people every Tuesday night if it's sunny out, and it's amazing. I've met so many like long-term friends. I've been to people's weddings. I've met their newborn kids, and it's just like the community is amazing.
On Wednesdays, every other Wednesdays for the summer, we do our bike club, and we work with Bike and Brew out of Bridgeland. Same thing. We're all about trying to find community, build community, and foster it, not just in the tap room, but grow it all of Calgary. So working with like-minded businesses and really supporting those initiatives. And so we do our bike club. Saturday, we had our 7th birthday party, which you were luckily at. And so you'll find us out in the community. This weekend, we're at River Hall along the river, doing a pop-up sea-can container bar. We'll be out in Canmore supporting the women's enduro bike race. We'll be marching the Pride Parade. And so we're really just looking for those opportunities to like be a part of the community, but building and fostering really positive community, whether that's through sport or lifestyle or art, culture, whatever it happens to be. We're just like to be along the community.
Everywhere you go, there are, let's look at yesterday, for example, 2 days ago, for example, the Ramsey Community Association put on their annual block party. We were invited to come and pour beers. The community got together, they had some bands playing, and it was just a great showcase of kind of the people getting involved in the community and showing up for small businesses. And I think that always makes me proud as a Calgarian as well.
I'm happy to cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
This one.
Oh, it smells great.
This one just finished boiling. Yeah, so there's gonna be hops in here. It's gonna be sweet and sticky. See how sweet it is, right? One of our mottos, our slogan as a company here at 88 is beer for everyone, right? So what we wanna do is basically curate a menu where it doesn't matter who's here, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, their nephew. There's something for everyone, whether it's a beer, a non-beer, juice, something blue, something sour.
I'm not angry. That's pretty evening.
A strawberry bounce right now.
How many places can you go where your tongue turns blue?
Okay, so thinking back on one of the things that I'm most proud about, one of the things I never considered early days when we were in a garage brewing beer to now is the amount of staff that we would be able to employ and kind of become very close and connected with. The company has 38 staff currently working with us here at 88 Brewing Company, and that's one of the things I'm most proud of, and one of the things that kind of surprised me, when I was kind of imagining what this all might look like.
I love the fun, honestly, and the informality of it, but also the hard work that goes into it. Everybody here wants to be here, and everybody respects what we're trying to do and believes in what we're trying to do, and so I love it a lot.
I mean, who knows, but I love this job, and I hope we're still doing this. We're still able to grow on our successes and really looking forward in a positive way and able to work with more community partners and getting our name in front of more consumers and customers, and just like being a part of like what is happening in Calgary and in Alberta as a whole, and just really driving that kind of underground fun art scene and just being along for the ride with all the really cool, creative people that are in this town.
I'm learning so much.
Such a good, fun, chill vibe, fantastic beer.
I'm a Pilsner guy. I'm from Saskatchewan, born and raised.